Hello everybody, it's Scott O'Mato. In this video, I'm going to look at a quick way to produce the Tinker Smeltery, right? So in a resource-starved environment, or maybe you haven't run into clay very much early in your world, or you don't want to do a lot of adventuring, you're base building, or you're doing some mining and you don't have clay underground and things like that, this is going to be an alternative way to build the smeltery that you can do quickly with as few resources as possible. Now, I do want to say that this is not a beginner's video. This is not an introduction to Tinkers. It assumes that you do know something about how Tinkers is structured. So let's take a look at the minimal smeltery, the smallest that you can possibly have. But I will say it's not very useful. So a smeltery requires the smeltery controller, a smeltery drain, and a faucet so you can get the metals out. And then a seared tank is where you'd put the lava. And then I have another drain on this side. This could be a seared brick. So this is the smallest smeltery that you could possibly have. But again, it's not really very useful because it only has one slot, and each operation of the smeltery requires the same amount of lava, whether it's one item or 64 items, and that is 100 millibuckets that it uses. So you're really wasting a lot of lava in in this tiny smeltery like this. In future videos, I'll look at how to make this actually useful, something like this useful. But in this video, we're going to look at how to produce a 2x2 smeltery, which is useful to do the technique that I'm doing. Or if you do have more resources, then you can produce a 3x3 smeltery. So this is also good for skyblock type playthroughs as well, where you're having to make the resources from nothing. So let's look at what's required. So for the 2x2 smeltery, you need 36 sand, 36 gravel, and then 36 clay balls, which will combine into 9 of the clay blocks. Okay, so 4 clay balls make a clay block. That's for the 2x2. That's the minimum materials that are required. For the 3x3, the minimum materials are 52 sand, 52 gravel, and 13 clay blocks, which is 52 clay balls. Okay, now from these, we're going to produce grout. And grout is 4 sand, 4 gravel, and a clay, produces 8 grout. All right, so we're going to use that grout to produce these small seared bricks, and then 4 of those seared bricks will combine to produce the items for the smeltery and produce seared bricks, the large seared bricks, the full block seared bricks. 4 of those combine to that. All right, so let's go ahead and produce the 2x2. The easiest way to do that is just to divide these off into 4 groups here, and then put our clay in the middle, and that will give us 72 grout. Okay, from doing that, we'll get 72 grout. Then this grout we can take and we need to smelt it. So the easiest thing to do is just go ahead and lay out our coal into 9 furnaces, just so it's all divided evenly. And you know that 1 coal will do 8 items, so I've divided it off into that just so it does it as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible. All right, and then if you have done any mining at all, you're certainly going to have the 72 cobblestone that it takes to produce these furnaces. So that wouldn't be a big deal. All right, so we've going to the beginning here. I'm going to go ahead and let these furnaces go. Actually, I could increase the tick rate of the video. Let's do 100 and see how far along that gets us there. Somewhat fast. I think I'm going to go up a little bit more. Do 1,000. There we go. So that'll finish them all quickly. All right, so let's go back to the regular tick rate of the game. And here we go. Okay, so we can grab out all of our seared bricks now. All 72 of them. And then I will show you from here a stacked recipe that you can use to create all of the items for the smeltery very quickly and efficiently. So we do need a piece of glass. Let me grab a piece of glass, and we'll use that to produce the tank. So we could put our glass in the middle here. That would be the tank. This would be the controller. This would be the casting basin. This would be the faucet. Okay? Or the drain, I'm sorry. So there's our seared tank. There's our smeltery controller. There's the casting basin. There's the drain. And then we'll need to produce a faucet like this. And with the remaining 40 bricks, we'll go ahead and produce seared bricks from that. We'll get 10 of them. We really only need 9. All right, so let's go over here and make our 2x2 like so. And then we'll go ahead and put down our controller, the tank, the drain, the basin, put the faucet on that guy, finish out with our seared bricks like so. And that forms valid structure. Put in our 4 buckets of lava. And then from here, we can use this to produce the remaining seared bricks to keep building up the structure. Now we could also build it out into a 3x3, which is a good idea. That way you can do blocks. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the remaining items that are needed to have a fully automated system. So let's see, I need a lever, a hopper. I'll just use the redstone clock from extra utilities. I have other clocks in here that'll work as well. One from vanilla automation or one from dark utilities. And let's see, then I just need a chest. Okay. I can get rid of these items now because we've already produced it. Okay, and then put these automation items down here. All right. So what we want to do is go underneath, put our chest, put our hopper. Okay, and that's good on that. Okay, and then we did have one remaining seared brick, so you could put it here if you'd like. Put the clock on top. Kind of an easy way to do it. Put your redstone clock right there. Now this one just runs every second. Not sure where the lever went. But it just runs every second. So you can, it doesn't have like any period, but whereas the other clocks, again, there's the timers, there's one from dark utilities, and then there's a clock from vanilla automation that works well. That's the one I actually prefer because it can be placed vertically or horizontally. But this is a common one to see, so we'll use that. So that should automate our smeltery here. Place a hopper there. Go ahead and get rid of these items for now. So what we'll want to do is it's going to require 4 cobblestone to produce. What we're going to do is we're going to produce seared stone in the smeltery. All right, so seared stone, there's seared stone and then there's seared cobblestone. Now, it's not really all that well known, but you can use seared stone to produce another layer of the smeltery. Okay, and so that's 8 now. That's 8 slots compared to 4. Now, if you broke this with a pick, you would get seared cobblestone, and seared cobblestone works the exact same way. So you can use it to produce another layer. All right. However, these seared bricks, for you to produce either this for you to produce a seared stone, it's going to take 4 cobblestone per seared stone. Now, in a crafting grid, you can take the seared stone and run it through 2 transformations. So I've got seared stone here. It goes to seared paver. Click all those out. Then take the seared paver. Now we get seared bricks. Okay, so that's another alternative way to produce seared bricks, is to just put cobblestone here in your smeltery and get the seared stone out of it. All right. Now the only thing is we have to do 4 per item. Now to do another layer, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 8 really, but there's 7 because we've already got one right there. But I can just divide that in half and go ahead and produce. So I'm going to increase our tick rate just so I can get these done quickly. And that's just for the point of the video rather than having to fast forward. Let me turn on my switch here. And these ought to produce very quickly. Again, this is going to use, oops. Oh, I got to be real careful because I'll break the smelt. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, tick rate. You didn't help me. You hurt me. That time. I knew that was going to happen. All right, let's throw down a drain. And there. No, not a drain, dude. Tank. Throw down a tank. Yes, sir. And fill her up. Okay. No harm, no foul. How many do we get? Well, we're quite a ways away, so I'm going to do that tick rate up again. And this time I'm not going to click on anything, because at the tick rate 1,000, you can't control it, man. You move too quick. You jump too quick. You don't want to. The problem is I had something in my hand, so I clicked against it. So anyway, we'll let this go. Normally this would take a half an hour or so, so you kind of have to balance out if it's going to take you longer to adventure to get all the clay and stuff that you need, and that just depends on your biomes and what your world is around you, or if you're building your base or what you're doing. Maybe, like I said, you're even in Skyblock. So you just kind of have to determine, but I just wanted to present this alternative way that's not that well known, that you can produce the seared bricks that you need for the smeltery production to grow out your smeltery. And so you could do this because each time the smeltery grows, it's going to get larger and larger. So we should be on our last ones there. Yeah, these are just now finishing. So let's go ahead and grab them out. There's 6. We really only need 7. But let's let that go ahead and process. And as we know, the smeltery's a pretty slow guy. Okay. So there's the 7 that we need. Again, it's 8 because you got to produce the, you got to convert them over. Whatever. So just run those through the transformations. Seared paver, seared bricks. And there you go for your next layer. So just put another half stack in there, and you can keep building it up. As mentioned, you're probably going to want to build out into a 3x3 because the 3x3 will do 9 items in layers, so that's a block's worth. If you're doing ores, then the 3x3 is more useful. But we'll look in future videos at actual structures of smelteries and how to do them. The point of this video was just to show you an alternative way to produce seared bricks and to get started super quick with just a very bare minimum of resources. Just keep in mind 36 sand, 36 gravel, and 9 blocks of clay or 36 clay balls will get you the beginnings of the smeltery to get you started, and then all you'd need to do is get some lava. And you'd be off and running, so you could do that very early in the game. Anyway, this is Scott O'Mato. I hope you liked that video and learned something from it, picked up a few tips. Again, it's not really a beginner's video. If you want to see beginning Tinkers videos, then let me know and I'll be happy to do it. Anyway, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to see more similar types of content. This is Scott O'Mato. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.